bring to the stage right now Anthony Lovano, who is going to present the Hall of Fame to our next inductee. Anthony Lovano, are you here? All right, come on down. Well, welcome here to Grindstone. What a wonderful day this is. And you know, there's not a lot of words. I could be up here all day talking about Raymond DeForest. But I just want to say what an honor it is to play with what a fine musician, week after week, gig after gig, and just to talk with him, and we do nothing but laugh and play music together and share the love with all of you all the time. He's been around for quite a long time. Well, he ain't that old, but you know, he's been around for a while. And he's in very much demand as being a fine musician, teacher, father, grandfather, great-grandfather, friend, husband, everything you can imagine. But before I get him up here, I'd like to get a good friend of mine up here right now. He wants to say a few words. Let's welcome Tim Matson. He's played with Raymond over the years and it's still happening and it's still going strong. So here we go, Tim.
Thanks, man. It's great to see everybody. The last part of 1973, I was 17, and me and my friend Philip Minter were going to put a little band together. And we're sitting around with our other friend, the late great Bill Clemens, who we all called Clems. And for some reason, I always remember Phil looking at Clems and he said, "Let's take him to see Raymond." The three of us were East Cleveland kids. Those guys lived on 5th off of Hayden. Also on that street was Alan Mitchell's house. And that's where this Raymond guy was hanging out at. He lived over in Cleveland, but he was hanging over there. So one night those guys came and got me, you know, and we walked across EC like we always did. The snow was coming down and doing our thing, you know. And we get to the house and we go down in the basement and there's this kind of big dude standing there with this big bass amp. This older guy, old guy, like he was like 21. And he's standing there playing and it was an album. He was playing along with an album that I knew, so I could tell everything he was playing was note for note perfect. And the condition I was in, I started wondering, it was so perfect, did this cat turn the bass on the record all the way up and his shit isn't even on? But it was him. And so we got done, I asked him, you know, how would you feel about playing blues? Because, you know, those young people hated blues, man. But he said, I don't care. So, cool. So we got together in my basement after the first of the year. Me, Raymond, Phil, and a harmonica player I met named Eric Peterson. And that was cool. So we added a drummer and a rhythm guitar player, and when practicing, I picked up his bass to check it out, and it was tuned all weird, man. It was tuned to an open E-flat major chord. And I said, that's why it didn't make any sense when I was looking at him. I guess I wasn't that high. And, you know, he said, how's it supposed to be tuned? I told him. And he said, I'm going to learn that way. I said, what for, man? You're playing great this way. But this is key to who he is, though. He said, no, I want to do it right. So, next practice, he's kind of going back and forth with tunings, and he didn't bad one now and then, not much. Next thing you know, it's just like he was playing standard tuning all along, and we're all going, damn, how do you do that so fast? But we kept down the basement for a couple of years, and our second drummer, if there's any jazz fans in the house, was a 14-year-old kid named Paul Samuels. But anyway, we did that a couple of years. I got with Mr. Stress, and a few months later he got with Mr. Stress, and that's when he wasn't Raymond anymore. He was Raymond Timmy, all the time. So on and on, the aces and eights and natural facts, and all that time, you know, we did a lot of serious hanging and saw each other go through a lot of stuff like we all do. So that's why I'm so glad he's being recognized, and I'm so glad we get to be old geezers doing this today. Thanks a lot.
That inspired me. One quick Raymond story. We're in the recording studio doing one of the Blue Lunch albums. I don't remember which it was. And we did a track, and someone said, well, there's a wrong note in there somewhere. We listened to it, wait a minute, there's a wrong note. So I think Raymond hit a wrong note. No, that can't be. He hit a wrong note. So you went back and fixed it, but I think that's the only wrong note I ever heard you play in the last 30 years. Anthony, take it. Well, you know, shit happens, man. You know, that happens. But thank you very much, Tim. That was a great story. I'm sure you could go on and on and on, as we all can. But now, there's everything Raymond does is a fantastic thing, and I'm proud to call him my friend and fellow musician, and I look forward to playing with him every gig. And when he says he can't make it, I think, man, I gotta get a hold of Art Jensen. But otherwise, Raymond, thank you very much, man. I present you with this award. And we do the Rust Belt Jam session every first Wednesday of the month at Becky's, and every third Wednesday at Hatfield's in Cam's Corner. So I'm proud to be with Raymond DeForest. Thank you, sir. Here you go, man. You're well deserved this award. Thank you, man. Say a few words.
Been playing around this town a long, long time with a lot of different people. A lot of them are here today, which is really great for me to see. I'm seeing a lot of people that I haven't seen in a long time. A lot of family is here. I've even got a great grandchild that's here tonight. So I thank you all. I can't tell you how much I appreciate this and how much I enjoy just being able to do this for a living. Thank you all.
Raymond DeForest. Sometimes I would hit a note and I wasn't sure it was the right note, and I wanted to know if I hit the wrong note, and I'd look over at Raymond and he'd just go. Anyway, we'd like to bring to the stage John Lusick, who will induct his brother, the late great Hollywood Smith.